Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, we are covering one of the hottest crypto in the game called Solana. Yes, guys, yes. A lot of you guys have been requesting this one because it's been hot. It's been really hot. And a little easy explanation of Solana can be found over on Live CoinWatch or CoinMarketCap. And without doing all this reading, it is basically a better version of Ethereum that uses a proof of history consensus combined with an underlying proof of stake. Solana is the most performant because of their way of doing things, permissionless blockchain in the world, and that's again what makes it such a huge pick for right now. Now, that is of course not why I'm covering it. We've talked about what exactly Solana is a couple of times on the channel before. Today, however, I am talking about what exactly is trending surrounding Cardano, I almost said Solana right now, because oh boy, has this been trending. This is from 1 day ago. I believe right now it might be 2 days ago already. I've been sleeping on this for a little while. No, it's still one. Solana aims to raise $450 million to battle Ethereum supremacy. Once more, guys, I already told you Solana is a Ethereum competitor, but they've been lacking a little bit. They're a lot newer, they've been a lot less known, and they're trying to fix some way to make it on the same level. Now, Solana, a proof-of-stake, smart contract-enabled currency, is aiming to raise $450 million in a funding round that was extended last March. The Solana ecosystem, which is backed by Sam Bankman-Fried, founder and CEO of FTX, would use these funds to take on Ethereum supremacy in the DeFi ecosystem. And that was all interesting. That was all fun and games, though, because this was just a proposition. So once more, this was yesterday. Bada boom, bada bing. 1 day later, a couple hours ago, Solana, this is actually now already a little bit more hours ago because I've been sleeping a little bit on this. Solana Labs raises $314 million via private token sale as ecosystem support expands. Yes, guys, yes, guys, yes, guys. Solana, one of the biggest in the game right now, as I've already told you, has just secured themselves a huge amount of funding. And every single news outlet has posted an article about this. When I say that, I'm not joking. Every single news outlet that you can find has made an article about this exact situation right now. I have so many examples open, mostly because of how severe the situation actually is. Solana Labs secures $314 million in funding as Sol token rises 20%. Solana price increases comes amid Solana raising over $300 million. And I would say that it's a one-to-one correlation. They raised so much money and so the price went up, but it's only or mostly just attributed to that. You might say that Bitcoin recovering had anything to do with that. That would be my first intake as well, if it hadn't been the case that Bitcoin right now is still going up like crazy and Solana is actually not performing that severely anymore. Had it been the case that it was Bitcoin causing it, then it would have most likely continued on for a little while. But no, I firmly believe that it's mostly just Solana on its own due to this new deal. But what does it mean and what is it all about? Well, we have some stuff on Bitcoin.com here talking about the exact situation. Oh no, sorry guys, Cointelegraph.com talking about the exact situation. Look at this. Andreessen Horowitz and Polychain Capital led the raise, with additional contributions from Alameda Research, Blockchains Ventures, CMS Holdings, Coin Fund, CoinShares, Collab Currency, Mimeta Capital, this is an interesting one, and many others. Now, cryptocurrency venture crypto funds or capital funds have poured hundreds of millions of dollars into Solana Labs to support further development and execution of decentralized applications and platform building on Solana. Solana Labs, the blockchain development studio devoted to incubating Solana, announced on Wednesday that it raised so much money through private token sale, marking one of the largest private sales of the year. The funding will be used to bootstrap existing and forthcoming decentralized applications and platform building on Solana, and it will also be used to establish a venture investing arm and trading desk dedicated to the Solana network. Anatoly, the founder of Solana, outlined his network's vision to onboard 1 billion users, describing the current blockchain environment as an inflection point akin to the moment that PCs became widely accessible in the 1970s. He continued, "The next phase is onboarding a billion users. Solana was built from the ground up to accommodate this scale, and I find it really interesting how severely they are taking this or how seriously they're taking this and how heavily they're marketing right now to just overtake Ethereum, to take all the money, take all the progress, take all the users, take everything from Ethereum, and become the #1 DeFi/NFT/anything regarding smart contracts platform out there. They're on a heavy mission, guys. They are on a heavy, heavy mission. And now, as I've just described before you as well, every news article is talking about this. Here's just a couple other examples. That's the whole purpose of the space. It's empowering everybody with cryptography, so there's no middleman anymore. It's just a super connected network. That also comes back again to exactly how Solana was made. I often mix up Cardano and Solana in terms of pronunciation. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's because I'm not a... No, it wouldn't have anything to do with native English speaking. It's just that I start... And then I notice... Oh, no, Solana. Sorry if I mispronounced it once or twice within this video. I know the difference so very much, but I sometimes slip up a little bit. Hopefully, it's not going to happen in the future again. Then again, this article is not loading at capital.com. Not exactly sure why not. Maybe it's having some issues. It was basically saying, price prediction, is it a solid investment? Let me quickly see if I can actually get it by just maybe trying a copy-paste, put them back in. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work. Let me close it and open it on a side tab here. Because if you're asking about my price... Oh, it actually worked instantly then. Okay, so we don't need my own price prediction. I want to say, if you needed my price prediction, I would say Solana doesn't really have a cap. But yeah, if you don't have any, I'm going to always say, since you have the back-in, specifically all these investment funds right now have put money into it, it's not a small project anymore. It's not a project that you can easily walk by. It's $11 billion worth. This is a serious ass project. Not an ass project, but a serious project that's kicking ass. So let's call it like that. If you look at it from that perspective, there's not really a easy cap to consider. Since they are saying they can beat Ethereum and they are so much better in terms of TPS, so ridiculously much better, to some degree, I can't understand exactly how the tech works. Again, some parts. I've read into it so much, guys. Don't get me wrong. I've read into it so much. But the idea that they're doing all of this while still safekeeping the decentralization and just still being considered such a decentralized it's mind-boggling to me. Then again, that makes it so beautiful, I would say. The TPS, the capability, it's so ridiculously high that I'm confused as of this point still. Now, it's again a relatively new project. Then again, they got so many huge investors into it that you're almost guaranteed, again, not officially, but you're almost guaranteed that they're never going to drop this. The price can never go down that significantly across a certain point, because there will always be people backing this one. There will always be a certain institutional interest for it, which again is my opinion. And the fact that it's so much better than anything out there right now, so ridiculously much better, makes you think about it. Now, again, decentralization has been compromised partially. Then again, if you compare it to BNB or the Binance Smart Chain specifically, we know the Binance Smart Chain is heavily centralized. They also call everything on there decentralized centralized finance because, again, it is literally centralized with 21 validators. Then again, Solana has about 600 compared to Ethereum's 11,000. It's almost nothing. Then again, for the benefit here, are you guys seeing that difference? 50,000 versus 15 TPS. Average transaction fee neglectable versus $50. And transaction latency 0.4 seconds versus 5 minutes. It's an interesting way off to have right there. It's really interesting to me. Then again, we also have a growing ecosystem. We talked about that in one of the previous videos as to how much Solana is growing right now, what type of partnerships they're letting go. And then again, comes back to my back end of the partnerships that they have, the back end that they have are so severe that this one is one that can really, really propel as time goes on. I'm going to quickly let you guys know once more. Really, really don't underestimate this one. Really, really don't. Is $80 possible? Easily. Is $120 possible for Solana? Easily, if you were to ask me. I'm definitely sticking with my investment on this one, as I do believe that it's already gone up a ridiculous amount. It went from 50 cents to $1.50 in 2020 still, and right now we are at $40. I mean, think about it, man. Think about it. Just think about it for a little second. This investment is just the start of things, guys. Let me just put it to you like that. Then again, I'm not putting up any guarantees. I find it also really difficult to explain exactly why I'm so excited. It's just an Ethereum killer that has a huge amount of potential, has a huge amount of backing, just got a huge amount of investment, so they have a lot of stuff to come. And the thing there is, like, I like to compare it a little bit to Cardano, which is also why I messed the name up so much. Cardano has a vision, right, to really replace Ethereum to a certain degree, and they're valued ridiculously high because of it. I mean, of course, they got the philosophical and peer-reviewed approach, but they're doing good, mostly on the basis of ideas. Right now, Solana got so much investment that I'm just thinking, well, if they are just going to start building things out right now as well that they really hadn't gotten just quite yet, there's a lot more potential than might meet the eye. And that's why I'm also thinking maybe it's going to even get to a top like 8 position or so in due time here, beating maybe a coin. I'm not exactly sure which one would fall out of the top 8, but I guess maybe a top 9 where it just beats USDC, just standing behind Polkadot, which is also an Ethereum competitor. It's an interesting situation, but I'm watching it closely. And again, I got some money in Solana, as you guys most likely know. Not too much, but I got some in because I do believe in this project. But yeah, that was it for my thoughts. Once more, conclusion is investment came in. It's a solid project. A lot of plans, a lot of partnerships already that are huge. It's a solid one. Just that's my Dusty BC opinion. All right, not financial advice, as you guys already know.